A Jewish Israeli woman has been verbally and physically attacked by a woman in a New York City subway car. Lihi Aharon says the incident started when a woman repeatedly shouted the Arabic phrase Allahu Akbar, which means God is great, at a Jewish man who was sitting next to her inside the train. Now, part of the incident was recorded on video. She has a visible scratch on her face from the altercation. And we're now joined by Lihi Aharon from New York. Lihi, thank you so much for your time. Tell us in your own words, what happened to you on the subway?
Hi, hello. So I was on my way back home from school and I entered a subway car. And there was a lady there sitting with all of her belongings. I asked her kindly if she can remove it. And she said that her stuff are there and she's not going to remove them. So I took a seat just in front of her. And I happened to sit next to a Jewish guy. As soon as I sat down, she was actually in the middle of hate speech about this Jewish man, how Jews are greedy and how they all should die. And she started citing some words from the Quran, and she kept saying Allahu Akbar, Allah should kill you all, Allah will kill you all, Allah would delete you. And when I realized that was happening, I took out my camera and I started recording this. And as soon as she realized, after a few minutes into her hate speech, she got very, very triggered and upset, and she approached me and she knocked off my phone, smacked my phone on the ground twice and on the subway floor. And then I told my friend in Hebrew, I'm telling her, record this. And then she smacked my friend's phone. And then I was sitting, and then she approached me. It all happened very fast. She approached me and she grabbed my face, scratched my face, very, very painfully. And before I realized what's going on, I stood up and I fought back. But I think that it doesn't matter what I think. I did what I did, so
I can understand
myself.
How incredibly terrifying this must have been. Do you remember how it felt when you heard this woman shouting at the man and at you and then knocking the phone out of your hands? How did that feel?
Well, I felt very, very humiliated. I felt bad for him more than anything else, because the car was full of people and everybody were listening and staring, and everybody like, you know what, it's another typical crazy person on the train. But for me, it was more than that. It was a pure hate that came from a very, very deep, you can say brainwash. I don't know where that person came from, but you can tell. She barely spoke Arabic. She didn't know Arabic. Obviously, she was just, citing words that she doesn't even understand them, but she heard it somewhere. And that's what bothers me. And I felt the humiliation. The guy wasn't talking at all. He didn't say a word because he just didn't want to deal with that. But I felt the need to defend him. And he actually didn't need my defense. I just felt the need to spread it out. That's why I took my phone out and started recording this.
And Lihi, this woman was arrested directly after this incident, but in the footage that we've seen, she didn't seem so concerned. She continued hurling verbal abuse. What happened then?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So she got very upset to see the police coming and arresting her. So by the time the police took the report from me, she kept sitting there and cursing in front of everybody with her beautiful show about how Jews are nasty and another words that I don't want to mention because it was really disgusting. And, well, what can I say? She was upset, but she got what she deserved.
And Lihi, this incident came just days after the deadly shooting at a kosher grocery store in New Jersey. Are you scared as a Jewish person in New York at the moment? How do you feel?
I'm not scared. I'm definitely not gonna, hide the fact that I'm a Jewish Israeli woman. I don't think I should be scared or afraid of anything. And whoever needs to be afraid is all of these people out there that they think there are, big bullies. And then when the police come, they're like all of a sudden acting like puppies. So, no, I'm not scared at all. I'm not. I just think that, it needs to be out there and it needs to be stopped.
And do you feel that anti-Semitism is growing in the United States? What do you think people need to do if they see an incident like this, someone shouting abuse at another person? Your thoughts?
Well, obviously to defend them. People, please do not be quiet. Please speak up. Please do something. It's just incredible how that person was sitting there and nobody said a word. Like people were like, you know what? We're gonna forgive her right now. She's sick mentally. Again, it doesn't matter. These words shouldn't be out there. And by the way, it wasn't just against Jews. It was also against white people, and it was also against gays. So it was just a pure hate. Like she shoot her words to whoever she can.
Thank you so much. That is Lihi Aharon. We so appreciate you sharing the story. I can see the pain and I can hear it in your voice, and we really appreciate your honesty speaking to us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.